Hey everybody, this is Ricky Grove. I'm here talking with John Martin from Reallusion. He's very excited about the new Crazy Talk 7, the new avatar design kit, which is designed specifically to interact with Unity. He's going to give us a brief tutorial about this software. Tell me a little bit about it, John.
So Crazy Talk has long since been an animation tool that allows you to bring any image to life. And so, it started out very basic so that you can make videos and make characters talk from a myriad of different resources. So what we've done now is, instead of just making avatars that can be part of a video or a movie, now you can take the same creative tools from Crazy Talk and then bring that directly into Unity, so that now you can actually have fully animated game characters that are driven by Reallusion tools.
That
right.
sounds
So
great.
the idea is to keep everything. Yeah, the idea is to keep everything very simple, which is very much what we do. Is to make the animation accessible for anyone who's looking to get involved with game or app design. And Unity's done a great job of making that possible as an aspiration for so many folks. So we're adding our animation tools to the mix for game developers as well.
All right, and you have a little tutorial or a run through you're going to show us about how it works?
Right, I want to give you a basic idea of how you can now take what you may know or what you may learn today a little bit about Crazy Talk and the simplicity of the animation, and then bring that to life in Unity. So we'll go ahead and switch over and take a look at Crazy Talk here. And the idea is you can see from our website, actually. Let me get to our web page here. And the idea is that with Crazy Talk, you can import any kind of image, a sketch, a photograph, a screenshot of your game character from CG art, and bring that into Crazy Talk and then turn it into a fully animated game character or talking user interface, even for your games to have talking hosts or guides to give you a path through your game, or tell you of rewards or hints and so on that you might find along the way.
Yeah.
So you'll find on the website that you can download a number of functional demo projects, and these projects will allow you to see really the power of what you can do with Crazy Talk. There's a few different ways that you can make it work inside a game engine like Unity. One way is that you can use it as a 2D talking interface for your game. So the idea is that you would be able to fit the image inside inside Crazy Talk, and then record your audio, and then take that animation and bring it in, and then be able to control that animation even further, or swap out your avatars and so on. And so loading the project here so you can get an idea of what this will look like in a live scenario in real time.
For those of you who don't know what Unity is, it's a free game making and machinima making platform that has just boomed over the last 3 or 4 years.
Right. So we're actually live in Unity now. I went ahead and opened the project live instead of the executable, so you could see in real time how everything works. So here we have the scientist character from Crazy Talk that is now in Unity, and in fact he's kind of following my mouse around the screen in real time there. You can see as I mouse around, he'll look around. So whenever you bring an avatar into Unity, I'll show you the method for how that works. This is an element of the real-time performance that you can experience here, but the whole layout of the system begins inside Crazy Talk, and we end up here and managing everything inside Unity. So let me switch over to Crazy Talk here, and this will be Crazy Talk 7. Crazy Talk, as you know, can take any single 2D image, and then we map a wireframe mask over the character just like this. And this could be any type of image. This could be a dog, a cat. In this case, we have a CG professor. This artwork was actually made in ZBrush, but the content that came into Crazy Talk was a JPEG.
Right.
And so we bring that into Crazy Talk, and then anyone can do this. It's real simple. You just either click and drag an entire feature like this and drop it, or you can reshape any of the features to fit whatever character you're designing just by clicking and dragging on one of the nodes. So it's very much a matching process to match the eyes where the eyes go for your actor, and then also the mouth, very important, because we're going to open these lips and make the character actually talk.
Mm-hmm.
And right, so the fitting setup is as simple as it's ever been for Crazy Talk. Once you've got your character set up, it becomes a puppet on the stage. And when we say puppet, we're talking about not only can it be made to lip sync and talk, but you also have the ability to come in and work with your mouse here to actually record puppeteering. Like I can make the character blink with clicks, or close his eyes and hold it like this.
Yeah.
And the character can be puppeteered around, and you can have various different types of facial performances based on this feature selection, or you can preview that and see, like now we're working with the jaw.
Right.
Or you can also preview based on emotions. So you can choose one of the different facial profiles that we have here and then select different types of emotion, like maybe happy. So we just get a real subtle happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to change to something that might be a little bit more enhanced or exaggerated, then we can choose different types of animations that we can control there.
Right.
And so all of this is puppeteered with your mouse.
So essentially you're
again,
making a mesh in
Yep.
the facial area, right? And then that facial area creates a sort of 3D or 2.5D effect, right?
That's right. So the head tilt that you can see here is actually, that's where you can really tell that, and watching the nose and seeing how it moves around a bit. That is exactly what we're doing. We're switching into a method where we're taking the image that you give us and we're just basically texturing that onto a 3D mesh in the background. So
Right.
you don't have to touch the modeling or anything like that. All you got to do is fit with the facial fitting tools, and then do your lip sync. The next part is that you would record audio. So you would either record live audio, or you would import your audio via WAV file or MP3. So once we tell it to talk here, it's going to automatically lip sync for us, and this is typically what you'd see. We feel like animation doesn't have to be, incredibly hard. It needs to be something that's simple for everyone to be able to jump into. And so whenever we lip sync, we record your audio, and then not only do we automatically do all of the different lip sync facial expressions for your and mouth shapes for your avatar, but we also give you a way for you to edit those,
Right.
just like I'm doing here. You can open the timeline, edit all of that, and then ultimately you can access any kind of editing that you
Right.
want to kind of refine it. So Crazy Talk is for Unity. Crazy Talk for Unity is available in the Asset Store right now. It's also available from our website. If you do go through the Asset Store on Unity's site, you'll be able to get a free evaluation of the software. We also have it in a couple of different flavors as far as the pricing. For indies, which is basically the majority of the folks here in the festival, I think they'd qualify for this. It's $199 for a license, and then we also have a commercial license that's around $499 as well. But for Machinima filmmakers, the indie pricing would work great, and the Crazy Talk free version would definitely give you an idea of how this new kooky way of bringing games to life could actually work.
That's
so,
great. We see that.
It's crazy.
The link, yeah, that's why it's Crazy Talk. The link's on the screen right now, and we'll give you more information in the festival.
So iClone 6 is about to release, and actually probably as of the time that the Machinima Festival is underway, you will be able to get your hands on a copy of iClone 6.
Now, wait a
that
second.
We are working
Wait a
on
second.
right now.
Wait a second. So what's the release date?
So our expo dates, again, remind me.
Expo is going to be on November 23rd.
Oh, I think we might have a cause for a dual celebration then, because we're looking at late November, early December-ish. So you can I'll send you my email address so you can address all the hate mail in case we're off a week or so.
Okay.
But we're so iClone 6, which is again soon to be available, is really changing, in one respect, the way you can think about what iClone is. iClone is getting ready to be the crossroads for all the greatest in CG tools to be able to reside and be able to pass through. And the reason why is because we've developed an extensive plugin architecture for iClone 6. And so you might find a completely new design with iClone 6, even in our key art, and that's really to show this new spirit of connectedness throughout the different tools that we have available to us as creators.
Now, what was the goal
And
of iClone 6 this time in terms of, because I know you have cycles of development. What were you trying to achieve this time with iClone 6?
Well, with with iClone 5, it was all about motion. It was all about really giving you the tools to do the type of motion editing that you needed to do, and then also the pipeline, giving you the ability to take your content where you want it to go outside of iClone into Max, Maya, Unity, wherever you want it to go. So building that architecture. Now it's really a lot about bringing content in as well as other technologies. And so this version of iClone is all about visual enhancement. And so we've partnered and brought in some really cool technology into iClone 6, including NVIDIA's PhysX. PhysX is going to allow for soft body cloth, the ability to have real-time actual flowing cloth on anything, and you'll be able to do that simply by painting a grayscale map on any kind of texture to make that happen. So very, again, simplified tools to turn things like even like you take a skirt or a flowing jacket and just paint on the soft body physics so that it can become a flowing interactive object. We've also brought in DirectX 11 into this version. So you mentioned the smoothing and the tessellation and all of these things. DirectX enables so many cool things for us to do and enhance that visually with your models and different types of shaders that we're able to provide as well. SpeedTree is going to get a really nice update inside iClone 6 with the ability for you to do some great stuff, like even grow dynamic trees around objects and do some interesting painting to make trees. And so we've got some dynamic things for SpeedTree. One of my favorite integrations into iClone is going to be Substance.
Oh yeah.
Substance is a fantastic bit of technology from Algorithmic. They've really pioneered what is cool about material editing and how to do some really awesome material stuff. Yeah, you mentioned a completely revamped graphic user interface built on Qt, and so what that means is that you can completely customize it, set it up the way you want. You can have special zones for just working on visual effects or animation or so on. The other thing is Indigo. So for 5 versions of iClone, we've all shared the same rendering experience, which is twofold. Number one, it's extremely fast, and anyone that has to render anything loves the fact that iClone is incredibly fast on the rendering side. However, it's not a post renderer. It definitely leaves something to be desired for someone who wants to have a more polished look in things that we've seen, like from Blender, or even as far as to say, Pixar and that sort of thing. So the iClone now is taking a huge step forward with Indigo. And Indigo Renderer is a physically based renderer, and you will be able to render your scenes from iClone 6 into Indigo RT. And as you can see, this renderer is actually available for SketchUp. It's available for Blender, Cinema 4D Max, and Maya, and it does beautiful renders. So you can see this interior shot here. So you can imagine that, you know, most of us understand what an iClone render looks like. This is the kind of look that you'll be able to achieve with the Indigo Renderer plugin.
Wow.
And and it's not just this as a renderer. This plugin architecture that we're talking about with iClone 6, it opens the door not only for companies like these, but also we will be bringing more relationships into iClone, so you can expect other options for rendering as well.
That's great.
So if you have a favorite renderer, maybe, you know, V-Ray, RenderMan, Furry Ball, whatever it might be, these are all possibilities for the future that you might see to be able to render from. So, you know, the updates that are coming for iClone 6, these are the kind of things that you're going to be able to see directly inside the release. However, we will continue to add more really cool tools throughout the cycle. So, you know, stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook. Just search for Reallusion. And then also, you know, stay tuned again for our YouTube films and see some of the new exciting stuff that's
right.
coming.
One quick question before we leave you. There was some mention in there of iClone 6 characters with increased ability for facial animation. Was that correct?
Right. So we also have certainly been at work in improving the facial animation on, you know, all levels, from the ability to recognize, you know, the phoneme and the end result lip sync, and, you know, the curve of the phoneme all in between. So we've really dissected the facial animation inside iClone 6. That's probably going to be a little bit more of a staggered release, so you might see that in a 6.2 or 6.5 or .x somewhere. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's in those .x releases, so that you know that whenever we release a patch or an update, it's normally not just about bugs, although we do fix those.
Right.
But we pack in a lot of features. So, you know, your purchase of iClone 6 is continually, you know, substantiated in value throughout its entire life cycle, because we just keep pumping stuff into it. So, you know, and of course free updates through the entire software. And if you buy iClone 5 now, you can certainly get a copy of iClone 6.
Nice. Hey, you know, thank you so much for talking to us about iClone 6. Can't wait to see what the release is like. There's so many interesting things that are included in it, and I think it's going to be a real big hit.
Thanks a lot, Ricky. It's an exciting time for us. iClone is near and dear to the heart, so, you know, the passion continues, right, and we look forward to bringing it to you.
And I want to thank you personally, and Reallusion and Charles Chen, for supporting the expo. I know you're getting choked up. You're choked up. You're just about ready to cry. I know. I know.
Our time is coming to an end.
I know it's rough, but stay with me, John. But thank you very much for doing that. It means a lot to us.
Hey, you're very welcome, and you know, we're here because of the great spirit of all the filmmakers out there. They're the ones that really built us, and so we are here to continue developing for them.
Hey, we'll see you, John.